All right, it is International Women's Day, and as Shantae said, it's a great time to honor everybody who's doing amazing things around the world, honoring those accomplishments and those working to break the glass ceiling today.
When we think of those who have championed women throughout their career, Washington Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal stands out. She's pushed for things like equal pay, preventing gender discrimination in college sports, and most recently, the forced arbitration bill she co-sponsored, ending forced arbitration of sexual assault. Just last week, the Congresswoman got to witness President Biden sign that and the Sexual Harassment Act. We're lucky to have the Congresswoman joining us now this morning. Thanks for being with us at a very, very busy time for our country, but we had to take a minute to honor International Women's Day. Good morning.
Good morning. I am so thrilled to be doing this because it is a great day and an amazing opportunity, I think, to honor women around the world who have been doing such wonderful work and inspirations to so many others.
Hear, hear. So you've had a lot of firsts in your career. You're the first Indian American woman to serve in the U.S. House. You're the first female member of Congress to represent Washington State's 37th Legislative District. What are some of the things that you're most proud of, Congresswoman?
Well, I will tell you, I'm also, one of just 18 immigrants, naturalized citizens in the United States Congress. And when we think about International Women's Day, I think about both domestic policy and international policy. So the work that we just did to pass the ban forced arbitration bill for sexual harassment and sexual assault actually will allow 60 million people to no longer be put into the shadows. Women finally being able to not be pushed into these secret agreements that stop them from talking about sexual assault and sexual harassment. And this is, as you said, a bipartisan, bicameral bill. I was one of the lead sponsors of it. So I'm very proud of that. I'm also really proud of the work that we've done in the House to consistently advocate for gender equality on all levels: pay, benefits, healthcare. There are very specific challenges and barriers that women face, and the House of Representatives, I've been very proud to support, as the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, all of these pieces of legislation that ensure that we get women the pay that they need. One more thing about that: there is a disproportionate burden on women of color, and so I have really championed solutions that lift up that disproportionate burden on women of color. And then finally, look, I am an immigrant. I have been inspired by women activists, both domestically and internationally. And I am so incredibly inspired by the work that women activists do, nonviolent resistance in peace movements around the world, including right now in Ukraine, but also in countries like Sudan. And we have tried here to lift those up in Congress.
And Congresswoman, women watching, maybe little girls getting ready to go to school, what's your advice to them when they want to be leaders, they want to put their passion to purpose? What would you say to them?
Be fully yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that being a woman or being a woman of color, for that matter, is a problem. Live into it fully, because it is that lived experience that you will bring that ultimately helps us to achieve equality.
Yeah, as the father of a 10-year-old girl now, 10 years old, that is especially poignant advice, so thank you. Before we let you go too, as well, you've talked about some of the goals for you and some of the goals in your district here in Seattle. We'd be remiss if we did not talk about a portion of your district, downtown Seattle, which is facing some real turmoil right now. The new mayor has Operation New Day to try to clean things up. What do you say about the future of Seattle and something that you may want to see happen in the downtown core?
Well, Seattle is an incredible place, and some of the areas that we're seeing challenges right now are places that have had long-standing issues. You know, they're really a few blocks often within the city's grid. And so I've been speaking with the council and with the mayor, and what we know is we need to provide community safety for everybody, and that the solutions need to be multi-pronged. So, of course, having more law enforcement present in those hotspot areas is important, but so is coordinating with city departments to help with blight, to help with making those neighborhoods welcoming for everybody, and of course, making sure that our law enforcement is accountable so that people, including folks of color, trust law enforcement and don't see them as a threat to their own safety. All of that has to come together, and I think that is what we are all working on. Let's make sure the community is safe for everybody, literally, and not targeting people because of the color of their skin. And let's make sure we provide services to people who are in need.
Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, thank you so much for being with us on International Women's Day.
Thank you.